The tourists soaking up the early summer sun and the amazing views of Budapest may be oblivious to it, but there is a political storm brewing here. Groups like the Civil Liberties Union, which exists to help citizens fight when bad things are done by authorities, believe they are under direct threat. They get much of their funding from Western European donors. The Hungarian government seems to believe that outside interference is sinister.
What is more, the ultimate goal is to silence these organizations, to deter Hungarians from seeking their help and discredit our positions on, for example, corruption or the demolition of the rule of law or the violations of fundamental freedoms.
Other targets of the law are hardly political, like this body which looks after hundreds of disabled adults and offers them work which other employers would never do. It's very well organised, but the fact that some of its funding comes from Denmark has put it in the government's sights.
The negative campaigning at the moment suggests if someone is receiving money from abroad, they're an enemy of this country and want to harm us. But if we start making a loss, the state might take us over and change everything.
The charge sheet against Hungary gets longer. The treatment of refugees, the move against the Central European University, funded by the financier George Soros.
How far will you go? What is the next thing? Burning books or so?
But the move against NGOs seems to have been the final straw. It led to this extraordinary attack on Prime Minister Viktor Orban inside the European Parliament by the leader of the Liberal bloc.
And you see enemies everywhere of the Hungarian state.
Adoption of the new law has since been delayed. Not so long ago it felt like the Hungarian government was calling all the shots in Europe, but things have changed. Over the last few months the far right has lost elections in Austria, the Netherlands and in France. And just as Prime Minister Viktor Orban's allies have been failing, so the European centre has grown in strength and confidence. Suddenly it feels like the EU is up for a fight with Hungary.
Well, we've seen things like that.
So is the government suddenly nervous? It's difficult to say.
We don't deal with false or double-standard political accusations. If that's been the case, the achievements behind us for the past 6-7 years wouldn't be there.
As of now, there is no date for a new law that might affect the future treatment of these people. How unfair it seems, how bizarre that their happiness might be threatened by their own government complaining about national sovereignty. Laurence, Al Jazeera, Budapest.